The Sports Junkies podcast is presented by PenFed Credit Union. PenFed's got great rates for those in uniform and those who are not. Apply today at PenFed.org. To receive any advertised product, you must become a member of PenFed, insured by NCUA.
Thinking of buying a house and want a really low interest rate? Owning has a special for home purchases, where Owning pays all your closing costs, and the rate in APR is an unheard of 1.875% for a 15-year fixed mortgage with 20% down. This is the craziest low rate for a mortgage with no closing costs that Owning has ever done. 1.875% rate in APR. Heck, we're almost paying you to live in a new house. Call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com to see if you qualify for this crazy low 1.875% rate. That's a fixed rate loan at 1.875% with no closing costs. Call 833-2-OWNING now because 1.875 could go away at any time.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Offer assumes the use of lender's choice escrow and title services. Call 833-858-0066 for terms and conditions.
That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
Welcome back to the show. Junks live on 106.7 The Fan and NBC Sports Washington, presented by Crop Metcalf, the official heating and cooling company of the Junks. Looking to be their next 5-star HVAC technician or plumber? Visit cropmetcalf.com. You can join their team today.
So, this is obviously U.S. Open week. And Valdez and Drabby, you guys all had your little golf outing yesterday, so you got golf on the brain a little bit.
I always have golf on the brain.
I know that I think you'll be interested in some of these anecdotes I was listening to yesterday. Hank Haney, my guy, was kind of going over 2008 leading up to Tiger's big victory at Torrey Pines, remember? When he got into a playoff, it was like an 18-hole playoff with Rocco Mediate, and ended up winning on the, he had the stress fractures and the torn ACL and everything, and nobody really quite knew how hurt he was. And then he went on that dry spell, right, where he didn't win for years after that.
Yeah,
I think that's correct.
Isn't it funny how he had a broken leg during the tournament, ended up winning the U.S. Open that year, and now he's got another broken leg, and they're playing the U.S. Open at the same course.
I know.
So
Haney had some anecdotes about it yesterday, and I thought I'd share them with you guys because I think you guys would get a kick out of it. We've been trying to call. Hank has been on the show a million times, but he's not returning our calls anymore. So I don't know.
He ignores my texts.
Maybe he has a different number.
He's ghosted you, Valdez?
Because it's on the iPhone, it says delivered and everything.
So that means for sure.
He looks at it and he goes, Valdez?
Right.
I don't want to do that dumb show. This is Matt Valdez.
Well, he had an issue where he got canceled, because he was making those LPGA jokes. So maybe he just doesn't feel like doing media anymore. Who knows? But anyway, he was talking about leading up to the U.S. Open in 2008 when Tiger won, and how I can't remember how he finished at Augusta.
That year?
Yeah, that year.
He finished second that year.
He finished second. Yeah. But the knee, I guess they had said for the last year or so, they had done an MRI maybe a year before, and they could tell that there was very little ACL left. Mm-hmm. It's just been, grinding on him, and he'd been in a lot of pain. So eventually, he tells this long sort of drawn-out story of how Tiger agrees to allow them to give him another MRI prior to Torrey Pines. And they fly in these doctors, one from Utah or something. They have one from Orlando. They sneak him into the clinic. He goes in the back door. He does it under an assumed name. He's very secretive, obviously. Tiger doesn't want anybody to know that he's ailing. And they come over to spot there in Jupiter, and they sit down with him. And they explain what they've seen on the MRI. One guy flies in from Utah. The other guy's from Orlando. And Hank is also there at the meeting. And Tiger, he says, isn't even paying attention. Tiger's just sitting there. And these guys have gone out of their way. And so, Hank always takes these little subtle shots at him. But they explain to him that your ACL's basically gone. And you have stress fractures all the way around it, I guess, from the ligaments or whatever's going on in there, the extra strain, and basically the way to describe it to him, he needs to take like 6 weeks off, no weight bearing at all. He needs surgery, and then, it's at least a 6-month rehab from that. And Hank's sitting there going, well, there goes the U.S. Open, there goes the British, there goes the PGA, which at the time was still, the last major of the year.
Yeah.
And Tiger's just sitting there not paying attention at all. And then they start talking about, well, if you continue to play on it, I mean, nothing really worse can happen to your ACL. It's already shot. The stress fractures, I mean, maybe you can make them a little bit worse, but eventually their bones, they're going to heal. But, it's just going to be a matter of pain tolerance. And we just can't imagine that you're going to be able to continue to play with this kind of pain. And he said Tiger finally just looked up at him and said, I'm playing in the U.S. Open, and I'm going to win it. And then they got up and they led, and Hank said, he just said to the doctors, all right, I guess
that's
we're
your
playing.
answer, yeah.
I guess we're playing, so thank you, whatever.
Yeah.
And he went out, and he said they went out and they hit balls, and he said it was a mess. I went out at medalists or whatever, and they were hitting balls, and he said they played, they didn't even play 9 holes out in, where he lived at Medalist. They flew out early, a couple days, and I think the name of the course was Big Canyon. You've ever heard of that? He said it's a good course, but, it's not Torrey Pines, but it's a good course.
Thought he's going to furiously search that right now.
I think it was called Big Canyon.
Okay.
And he said he played 9 holes in a cart. They were just trying to see where he was. He said he shot like 38, 39. Wasn't good.
Right.
Then he played the next day, played another 9 holes in a cart. He said he was hitting balls all over the place, no idea where it was going, in the cart. He said, we didn't keep score or anything, but I knew what he shot. He said he shot 45.
This place looks baller, by the way. Newport Beach looks bizarre.
So he was hacking it up.
He said he shot 38 on the first day, 9 holes. The next day he shot 45. Okay. He said, we're going to play the U.S. Open in like less than a week. And he can't crack 90 at Big Canyon.
He would have barely made out foursome yesterday, fellas.
He said 45 at Big Canyon. 45 at Big Canyon. Imagine Tiger Woods shooting 45 is like 50 at Torrey Pines. So he said, and then he played 9 more holes. And I said to him, I said, well, let's just see if you can even walk. Let's see. So I'll ride the cart, and I'll drive right next to you. And if you can't, just hop on, and we'll finish it. He said he played 9 more, and he shot like 38, 39 again. Better than the 45, but still, 38, 39 at Big Canyon.
Hank would have probably bet that he was going to miss the cut.
He said Steve Williams was texting me going, how's he looking? How's he looking? He goes, well, it's not good. He said, I didn't tell him he shot 45, but, it's not looking very good. And they ended up, I guess, then playing 9 holes of practice at Torrey. They played like the back 9, I think maybe on Monday or Tuesday. And then they played the front 9. So he said he played a total of whatever that is.
It was about 5 rounds?
9 holes 5 times between the Masters and the U.S. Open. And he couldn't break 38. And yet he ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
how's that
that's why
happen?
He's the greatest of all time. That's
how's that happen?
Well, and if you remember, after the U.S. Open, he obviously had the surgery and had all the rehab. He was out for 9 months, and then he came back in 2009, and he had a great year in 2009. He won the second tournament that he played in. That was the API, the Arnold Palmer. And then he won, I think he won 4 or 5 times that year.
When did he hit the fire hydrant and all that? What year was that? Was that 2011 or something?
2009.
That was 2009 when that happened?
Yeah. At Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
He won 1, 2, 3. He won 5 times that year and had a bunch of seconds.
Right.
I mean,
but no majors.
In 2009, no.
Yeah, because his last major was that one.
I always thought that Tiger injured the knee, not before the round, but it happened when he hit a ball while standing on the cart path. And
I'm sure it contributed to it. Yeah, but he also said that all these injuries were from when he was doing all the SEAL training. Remember all that? He was jumping out of airplanes. He was running with weighted vests. He was getting up at 6 a.m., working, running, playing 36, and then working out again. Yeah. It just like a maniac.
It sounds like Cakes' dream.
Hopefully he was streaming the junk, so he's waking up at 6 a.m. Wish he would have done that.
So anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It's sad because he said that Torrey was obviously one of those tournaments that Tiger was insistent on playing. And he said it wasn't because he particularly liked Torrey or he knew he could win there, right? So imagine how Tiger must be feeling this week. You know, there was a story that went viral that what network is covering the Open? Which network is it? Is it
CBS?
Is it CBS? I can't even remember. CBS asked if he wanted to do like an intro or something for Torrey this year, and he turned it down. And he just didn't want to be involved. They asked him if he wanted to do something with the tournament broadcast-wise, and he just didn't want. And you can imagine why. He's got to be livid that he's in this spot. He's been gunning for this tournament to play again at Torrey because he plays well there for years.
Well, tell him to stop taking pictures of his junk when he's driving.
Well, I don't think that's what he was
Sexting
doing.
it.
I don't think that's what he was doing.
Isn't the U.S. Open always NBC? Did
Yes,
they change?
NBC and Golf Channel are covering it.
Yeah. So
Not
NBC.
CBS.
NBC asked if he wanted to help with the broadcast, and he turned him down. Well, I understand why. He's got to be livid. Not only is he going to miss like 4 majors this year, whatever it is, whatever he ends up missing, but he's missing Torrey.
I guarantee you he was pissed, too, when Phil at 50 is winning the PGA.
See, I don't know that he would be pissed about that. I think that would show him that he still has time. Yeah, that's the way I look at it.
It probably irks him a little bit just because it's Phil. But
maybe. But I think that they have, it's like Connors and McEnroe. They were huge rivals, and then towards the end, they kind of were buddies. I think that's how I see that relationship. Maybe that's how Brooks and Bryson will be. In 10 years when those guys are.
I don't know, man. They seem pretty lick at each other.
Now, the pairings come out today.
I was
correct?
just getting ready to ask that if they come out today.
Well, it's either today or tomorrow. Sometimes it's the day before the tournament starts, but I would think it would come out today. So it'll be interesting to see if the USGA puts Brooks and Bryson.
I mean,
together.
if they're smart, they have to do it.
That's the move,
I
right?
would think so, yeah.
I mean,
I'll be disappointed if they don't.
Everyone, if you want people talking about golf, you better do it.
Yeah. But maybe it's too much of a circus. Maybe they're going to say, you know what, this is too much.
Yeah, we're going to get too much attention and too
Too much to a sport that everyone hates. Yeah.
Who wants those?
Right. Well, I have to admit, normally I'm a big Golf Channel mark of the week of the major. I didn't watch any of the Golf Channels. Are they already out there?
Oh,
yeah. They're out
location
at
and everything.
Live from? Oh,
yeah. So today I'll get into it. Today I'll get into it. So anyway,
this just looks beautiful out there.
Well, it is.
Here comes
I played north and south.
One of the big stories yesterday was the fact that apparently Jordan Spieth was carrying his golf bag and twisted his ankle. So he's wearing a brace on his right ankle. It didn't look like he was limping, but that was one of the big side stories yesterday that Spieth had an injury.
See, Cakes, walking is taxing in golf.
Yeah, I'm sure it's taxing. You're not going to get me to move off of my
Someone
position.
please invite him out to Washington Golf.
I've already been invited. I just don't know if I want to waste 6 hours of another day playing golf, lugging a bag around. Even though
lugging a bag around, but walking up about 47,000 feet.
Even though it couldn't be any easier.
Right. That's why I guarantee you won't say that. And if you say that, you'll be lying. But I want you to go out there, carry your own bag with a bunch of balls in it.
Maybe it's not the easiest thing ever. I'll just frame it this way. It's very doable. It's not that big of an ask.
Of course it's doable. You're not going to die, but it's not easy.
Cakes, you were dragging ass yesterday.
I was fine.
Now,
was he dragging ass?
He was. Now,
he was.
That may be because he had 4 breakfast burritos before the round started.
Okay, first of all, this is slander from Driving T-shirt. I had a plate that was this big, which was 75% fruit, and 1 burrito, which I took 3 bites of, and then threw in the trash. I do like the exaggeration from one draft T-shirt. How many did you have, Dravy?
I actually had none because I got there late.
You did get there late, yes.
Well, Bertie told me the Cakes had it.
What was the lunch? What was it served?
Lunch was burgers and dogs.
Yeah,
at the turn.
grill.
Right? Okay.
Did anybody have any?
Of course.
I had a dog.
Of course I had a dog with
would
mustard.
Turn down a hamburger and cookies?
Yeah, of course not.
Good.
They're the
That
best
sounds so
cookies,
good.
best cookies in the world.
And potato
Joe.
chips?
So soft.
Who would turn that down?
Was it like a big, soft chocolate chip?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
so
it
soft.
I haven't
tasted.
had one of those in so long.
It tasted like cookie dough.
It was soft, and then when
Like
you
raw
when,
cookie dough.
when you put it in your cart for like an hour, and it just melted a little bit more, so good, so delicious.
I've had these cookies that's in a little container in my house for a few days now since we had people over.
Yeah.
And I've just been so tempted to eat it. It's taken the strength of 10 men to not do it. Maybe I'll just do it today.
Look at Drab chalking me up for 4 burritos. I've got my eyes
Hey,
on you for next year, my
That's what
friend.
I heard.
Yeah.
Well, you heard wrong, my friend.
You guys ever have angel food cake? You guys
Yes,
ever have
it's
that?
delicious
Is that
and moist
popular?
and light and
Like,
fluffy.
My mom used to make that all the time.
Of course, she's not going to make devil's food cake. She makes angel's food cake. Mrs. Bickle, of course.
No, but I mean, honestly, I don't
It's
know
so
many
good.
others that make that. Did your parents ever make angel food cake? Did your mom ever
I
make
mean,
it?
I've had it many times.
I
Many
definitely
I
times?
can't
had
remember if my mom.
I think
ever made
my mom made it.
Yeah. Well, we have some of that. I'm dying to eat it.
My
At
mom
the
makes
house.
silly pumpkin
Is it better
bread.
than the Lace Delish
No, it's
cake?
not better than Lay's the least. But I haven't had angel food cake in probably 10 years.
So you have it
Yeah.
at the house?
I have 2 slices that are just sitting there in a container, and I actually just want to face dive in it.
Well, why don't you crush it when you get
Because
home?
I'm trying to
Keto.
watch
Hey.
it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Jason's coming back
Yeah.
in studio soon, next week.
Yeah.
The day that all 4 of you guys are back in studio, can you get a Trace Delice cake in here?
It's not Trace Delice.
Whatever it is.
It's a Lay Delice.
Lay Delice.
Just call it the delish.
Okay.
Trace Delish.
A little celebration.
Yeah, we'll have a little
the
party.
You want a chocolate raspberry from
Why? He's not
I
gonna
want,
eat
I
any.
want the cake that you've been
You know what?
talking
Here's
about.
what I want you to do. I want you to call and try to big time over there and order one.
get one
and
comped.
say you're from the radio station and see because they're
Let's say
always so
who?
nice to me. But I'll spend $250 and they give me like a cookie.
I can't believe
And
how
they
many.
always
Hold on.
they always thank me for all the radio.
It's so many mentions.
Right, I can't believe how many. You know how much free pub they've gotten over the last year.
I know, but they're like Italian. They're just like
They're old school.
they're like old school, like real like Italian or whatever they are. And
I think they're Italian.
in
Dave.
other words, I'm
Real
trying to
like
say,
Italian.
No, what I'm trying to say is they're not like in the culture, and so I think it's lost on them. Like if they don't listen to it, people tell them.
Yeah, but how many times have we?
They don't know how valuable it is. They have no concept, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, someone needs to tell them.
They're
In
Italians
in
making
Italian.
French cakes? What's
Yeah, I know.
happening over here?
I guess what are they, French? I don't know what they are. They
It
look
sounds
Italian.
French.
Maybe they're French. I can't tell. I don't know the difference.
Hey,
I'm not good at
will you
that.
do that though? That's a great idea by Trav.
Yes, but
The
Drabby,
cake.
you call and say I'm calling from the Junkies. Like you know what I mean?
All right.
Like,
How
Can
big?
I,
Like
can I
like
say
you're
your
my
name?
guy or something.
Can I say your name?
100%.
The Bickles.
Yeah, from Eric Bickle.
Well, he's going to charge me $200.
No, just say. I don't know. Just work.
Just explain how radio works. Okay.
Free
Just say,
cake.
can we get
Finesse
a
it.
cake? Can we get a cake? We'll mention you guys on the
Hey, you know
air.
what? Here's what you can do. Petty cash it and send it to Odyssey and let them pay
I
for
think
it.
those days
Because
are
they'll
over with.
reject it. They'll
Those days
reject
are
it.
done.
But yeah, we can do that. What day? When are we all going to be? But
Next
is
week.
it cake's going to be off
I'm
next
off
week or
Yeah, I
something?
got to look at the schedule.
Oh, we
We
gotta
got to
wait.
figure it out.
We're all going to be together like in September.
Yeah,
I
we'll
mean,
have a
it's
silly-
You know
summer.
what? Oh, week 1, Washington. Who are they playing? Washington.
Well,
The
silly-
Chargers.
The Chargers. Yeah, that's
Whenever
when we'll
that
do it.
is,
That'll
we'll
be
have
the
a silly
celebration.
chocolate raspberry,
That'll be the celebration.
and we can maybe some booze too. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah,
Might as
champagne.
Love it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
All right, sized.
All right, when we come back, we'll get into EB's entertainment page. What celebrity has a new $1.6 million smile? We'll tell you next here on The Fan.
Thinking of buying a house and want a really low interest rate? Owning has a special for home purchases where Owning pays all your closing costs and the rate in APR is an unheard of 1.875% for a 15-year fixed mortgage with 20% down. This is the craziest low rate for a mortgage with no closing costs that Owning has ever done. 1.875% rate in APR. Heck, we're almost paying you to live in a new house. Call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com to see if you qualify for this crazy low 1.875% rate. That's a fixed rate loan at 1.875% with no closing costs. Call 833-2-OWNING now because 1.875 could go away at any time.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Offer assumes the use of lender's choice escrow and title services. Call 833-858-0066 for terms and conditions.
That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
Welcome back to the show. Junks on 106.7 The Fan and NBC Sports Washington. It's time now for the EP, which is brought to you by Wave Soda, which is awesome. Super simple, just bubbly water, splash of real juice, a little bit of caffeine in there for you. It's unsweetened, no stevia or artificial sweeteners. Just a clean finish, just 2 to 6 grams of sugar, 15 to 25 calories per can. It's delicious. Enter our code JUNKIES for 15% off at wavesoda.com.
By the way, I want to give you guys a Squeakers Court update, maybe next segment.
That sounds perfect.
And I'm sure I'll get joned on, especially by Bickle.
I can't wait for that. All right, so we'll do that around 8:45-ish.
Yeah.
Cakes mentioned it. What celebrity you guys care to guess? The story went viral. He's got a new $1.6 million new smile.
Wow.
Complete with
That is a lot of dough to spend on your teeth.
diamond fangs, Cakes.
Okay. Well, that now I guess it makes sense.
Right. It's not like just like pearly whites that are silly.
Yeah.
He's got diamond fangs.
It's gotta be a
valued
rapper.
at $1.6 million, a total of 12 carats for the diamonds in his teeth.
Are we supposed to guess who this is?
Yeah, you
or-
want to get?
I'm
Would you
gonna
care
guess.
to guess?
I'll say
Jason, you go first.
I'll say this. I'll give you a hint. I actually like this artist.
All right, so it's a rapper. I'm going to say it's Drake.
All right, you like him. I'm
Because
just
he
gonna,
likes Drake.
He does like Drake. I
don't hate
I don't
Drake.
think it's Drake. I'm gonna go Post Malone.
Post Malone, you got it.
That's your
Cake's been
guy.
on fire lately. I think you've
On
been
fire.
cheating.
Not
No,
cheating.
He saw the story
He's
somewhere.
gotten the last few of
No,
my...
you gave me a hint that you like Post Malone. I knew you like Post.
I do. I'm a huge
It
Post
sounds
Malone
like
guy.
a move he
He
would
got
make.
something last week, I remember.
Kate Hudson. I'm
He got my
silly.
Kate Hudson.
Just silly,
with
that's
the
all.
hour-long sex.
I wish his putting was this silly.
I know. I wish it was too.
It's not.
You're just. I don't think you're ever going to get good putting out of me, Valdez. It's just not going to happen.
All right, this story is just ridiculous, and I bring this up because, I mean, some of us here are huge Howard Stern fans, and this is just going to this is going to tilt the producers. Maybe did you see that or hear that Baba Booey?
Oh no!
Garrett Delabate.
Baba Booey put his $3.2 million mansion on the market.
Wow.
For sale.
I'll live in Greenwich,
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Yeah, he lives in Greenwich, Connecticut.
You have a good Baba Booey.
Thank you.
Baba Booey, Gary Delabate,
Bit of a stumble.
is selling his $3.2 million mansion.
I hope I get multiple offers,
Jason,
Both.
he's got 7,683 square feet. You think
Wow.
you're a baller.
Oh, my gosh. In Connecticut, you said?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, do you have pictures of it?
There are some pictures, yes.
Yeah,
I see it.
You've
It's
seen
got a
his media
huge-
room before.
Can I show you my wall of vinyl?
Oh, his basement is silly.
right?
Yeah.
So when are you
What
going to
are
put
we
your
doing?
$3 million
Yeah, what
home
are
for
we
sale,
doing?
Drabby?
I love his porch.
Huh?
God, his porch is money.
He has a money front porch. But I'll say this. We have a lot of people in our neighborhood, that have nice porches like that or whatever. I never see people on their porch.
I don't know what they're doing.
I
I'm
never
always on
see
my porch.
You're on your front porch?
Always.
I never see people on their front
I'm always
porch.
I'm either on my front porch or my screened in. If I'm on the screened in, I'm watching TV. But if I'm on the front porch, I'm
People watching?
people watching. My dog's right next to me chilling, and I'm having a glass of wine, and I'm watching a storm come through.
I'd love to have a front porch. I don't have one. In my house, it would be kind of weird, but I'm sure that architecturally there's a way we could come up with one. But I never see people on their front porch. Now, I'm on my back deck now all the time in my patio.
you go
but-
into your hot tub when it's 92 degrees.
Yes, I'm outside all the time, but not front porch. I feel like people like to be more private, so they have these beautiful porches, but they
Yeah.
don't use them.
Usually in the backyard, though.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I
So
know.
why is he selling? Where's he going?
I'm guessing, dude, a lot of people are selling just
I'm
because.
downsizing.
Just because they can make some cash.
Yeah, I mean, the market is literally on fire. This thing could probably sell.
Believe me, you think I haven't thought about it a
Yeah.
million times?
Yeah.
But my wife won't do it.
What? And everyone is just downsizing.
They're either downsizing
Or they're renting.
or they're just or they're just moving to a less expensive, or this is their big chance to.
The house does not include my Gary puppet.
No, I know a lot of
favorite
people.
segment ever.
Radio Insider.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I get sized.
It does suck though because if you have
Have
to
a
stay
jukebox.
in the same area, you're still kind of screwed.
Right,
You can only really take
high,
advantage
you're
of
buy
it
high, yes.
if you move
Radio
into a less
Insider.
expensive. Maybe you're going to move into a less expensive
I don't
neighborhood.
need all this room to make my songs I would bring to a deserted island.
Yeah, I mean, I think Baba Booey's kids are all grown up, right?
Yeah, Lucas.
Lucas, the DJ or whatever, one of them. Does he have 2 kids?
Yes.
I think he doesn't need 7,000 square feet.
No, of course he doesn't.
It's almost 8,000
So
square
hang
feet.
out with John Hine.
Yeah.
Cake,
Do the wrap-up show.
You're slaying me right now.
Slaying the P1s.
Yeah.
All the Stern P1s.
So anyway, I thought you boys would be interested in that. Baba Booey has got a $3.2 million mansion that he's putting on the market. And by the way, he'll probably get more than that. 'Cause
Right.
most people I know, they're getting like $100K more than what they put their house up for sale.
And the other end of the spectrum, Drabs has a GoFundMe for his hospital bills.
Exactly.
It's true.
His house is worth 10 times as much as mine.
It's unbelievable.
Isn't that unbelievable? Tells you.
You don't know how many times I talk to my wife about moving, but she refuses to rent. And she says, where are we going to go? Because if we sell, we're going to buy high. I said, I don't care. I just want to put money in the bank.
You just want to bank that cash.
I just want to see it in the bank. I want to see it wired to me. And then, we'll worry about the next mortgage when that happens.
Speaking of selling, Elon Musk, who I've decided I don't like. I'm not an Elon guy. I was always on the fence with Elon, but with all his manipulation of Bitcoin lately, that's tilting me. Shut up already. He said about a year ago that he was selling all his possessions.
Okay.
Well, apparently he wasn't lying. He is now he's selling off his last home in San Francisco for $37.5 million. I don't know what I guess obviously he's just going to rent and no interest in buying. Is he still currently the richest man in the world, or is he just?
I think that's Bezos, but I could be wrong.
Wasn't he at one point?
Now I get to look at the list.
When
Updated
Tesla
list.
was that high, wasn't he the richest guy in the world? Plus, didn't Bezos have to give a bunch of his cash to his
I see Bezos
wife?
still above Musk.
But Musk is right there.
He's second.
Ooh,
actually,
but do you have the world's real-time billionaires list? Because
Bernard
that's what I have.
Who's Bernard Arnault?
I believe
Car guy?
It might be a cosmetics empire. I'll have to double check that.
I see him as one.
Oh no, head of is it Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton?
Okay, well I see him as one real time.
Wow.
He's one of the world's ultimate tastemakers, oversees an empire of 70 brands, including Louis Vuitton and Sephora. I mean, he's just got such dumb money.
I see Bezos kind of trouncing Musk by
what do you have?
About $40 billion.
So here in the article, they have Musk with an estimated net worth of $185 billion. Is that in the range that you see?
Real time is 155.
Okay. So anyway, Elon Musk selling his last home for $37.5 million. If you want to buy it, you don't even go to a realtor. You go directly to Elon.
If you want to buy it.
If you want to buy it.
Who's in the market to buy that property?
Your girl, Caroline Wozniacki, she gave birth to a baby girl. Do you know who her husband is, Jason?
I do not know.
I'm sure you've read this before. The retired tennis pro and her former NBA player husband, 38 years old, former New York Knick, David Lee.
David Lee from Florida.
Right. That's right.
Lee.
He's a Gator.
Yes. They have a child together. Ben Affleck and J-Lo, they're making it more official than ever. They were photographed kissing for the first time, Cakes. Lopez, 51, and Affleck, 48, apparently were kissing during dinner at Nobu in Malibu.
Nobu's so good.
If you're Ben Affleck and J-Lo, why do you go to like the most pop? You just want to be seen?
Because they're narcissists, Ricky.
Yeah.
That's why.
ADs.
The ADs must be strong. Kendall Jenner.
I can only imagine how expensive the Nobu in Malibu is.
Oh.
When was the last time, Jason, you and Teresa made out at dinner?
Made
dinner?
out?
That's what they did.
Actually tongued each other?
Canoodling?
Ben Affleck and
That's never
J-Lo
happened at
were smooching. They described it as smooching.
Smooches, Lurch.
Right.
Smooches, Lurch.
That's never happened.
Normal people don't make out at dinner. They just don't.
Well, hold on. Was it a makeout session or did he just kiss her?
They said they were photographed kissing for the first time. There is an image of it. I mean, it looks kind of like a nice kiss.
Right, you're exaggerating that they were making out.
Well, I mean, it looks like a nice kiss. I mean, she's putting her hand on his face.
Right. I'd be more worried about pummeling my fillet.
Can we get our money
Not
back?
at Nobu.
Can we get our money back, by the way, for the stupid tourist trap lunch we did at the Phil Ivey in L.A. years ago? What a waste. I think I paid $25 for a salad. Let me correct that. CBS Radio paid $25 for an overpriced salad.
That's when
no
we did
celebrities
And by
to be
the way,
seen anywhere.
They didn't care. They didn't think twice about reimbursing you.
That's true. It's a good point.
They didn't give you a hard time. That's for sure.
Like other companies would.
Right. That's when we went out for the NBC event.
Yes.
And Jason was flirting with the chick from The Office.
Melora Hardin.
Yeah. And that's when a little person,
Yeah.
Christian Slater, stood on the couch. So that, I mean, do you remember that actually is a real thing that happened?
He's about my height. Let's go easy here on the short guy stuff.
I think he was intimidated that most of us were taller than him.
Maybe.
Certainly Jason
Most of
was.
us, everybody in the whole building was.
I'm going to look up his height.
I mean, those are the radio heydays.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And that's when we walked the red carpet, and literally you would have thought the paparazzi went on strike. Not one guy took a picture of us.
Right. Well, why would they?
Right. They had no idea who these four idiots were.
He's listed at 5'9",
No
which
chance.
means he's probably 5'6.5" or 5'7".
Right.
Yeah, he's no way he's 5'9".
Right. And then with but we did bond with him. Like Christian Slater, like we bonded with him. It was a good bit.
What was the guy's name when I was flirting with Melora Hardin? He wasn't
Creed.
happy.
Creed Bratton.
Creed Bratton.
Yeah,
He
a couple
was not
guys
happy.
were bitter. Yeah, he was bitter.
He was bitter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although I saw Jenna Fisher eyeing me up and down at least twice.
She's giving you the hairy eyeball.
100% true.
Maybe.
Yeah, I believe it.
She was butt size for the papa.
And then we had that guy though. JP would remember the name. Remember he was kind of hot for a while. He had a couple sitcoms.
Mike
O'Malley.
O'Malley.
Mike O'Malley. Yeah. Mike O'Malley was a good dude. Whatever happened to him?
What's his name on ESPN? Didn't he have a different name, or am I conflating him with somebody else?
You might be. I don't know. I don't know much about him. All I know is that we interviewed him, and he was a normal, good dude.
Great guy.
Then I don't know what happened to him. Does he just do like stand-up now? He's had his own show, friggin' Mike O'Malley show. What happened to him?
The shows go away.
Yeah.
Things happen.
No, let's see. He was doing.
He was a good dude.
He's in something called Snowpiercer now.
Okay.
That's a show on TNT. It's like a sci-fi. EB's butt size for it.
So he's not even doing comedy?
I don't know. He's branching out.
I think that's the same.
I'm sure
Mike
it's the same
O'Malley.
guy. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
And that's
he was
when
from wasn't he from Boston?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty sure.
And that's when Brett had us go on all of the different hot spots.
Les Deux.
We went to Les Deux. I think we got turned down.
We're going to Ketchup. It's Ashton Kutcher's
Ketchup.
restaurant.
He was in My Name
Different
is,
sorts of ketchup.
He was in My Name is Earl, and my boy Greg Garcia.
Yes.
My wife and Greg's wife are very good friends.
Yes.
He was the creator of that show.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Got dumb money.
We should have hung out with Greg.
I know.
I hung out with Greg in his house in Malibu. Sadly.
Right.
I'm sure it's very nice.
Actually, it wasn't Malibu. It was Hidden Hills.
All right, when we come back, Squeaker's Court is going to be in the session. Jason is going to get grilled by the Peanut Gallery. We'll do that next here on The Fan. All right, coming up at 9 o'clock, we'll be joined by John Kuhn, former Packers fullback. He's the co-host of 9 to Noon on The Game in Milwaukee. Close friend of Aaron Rodgers. Try to get some skinny out of him.
He's not going to give us anything.
Try to pry something out of him. So that's coming up at 9.
Any private conversations he's got.
No, of course not. But I haven't been following him. But Drabby or Valdez or somebody was saying that he's going around. Was he doing a bunch of interviews talking about it? Is that what he's doing? Or he's going on social media?
He has done a bunch of interviews, but I think he is good friends with Aaron Rodgers. Pretty sure that's.
And can you just tease us? Like, is he saying he thinks this is going to be fixable, or
We'll have to find out.
No, but come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
He hasn't heard him say that.
Okay.
He'll be on the show in 15
We're going to
minutes.
ask him that.
We can ask him
He said-
ourselves.
I guess he said back in May that it is fixable, but that was
in
30 days ago.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, Cakes, my buddy Anthony Woods, who's the GM over at Priority Toyota in Springfield, he's from Vegas.
Okay.
And he's a huge hockey fan.
Right.
And he texted me this morning. He said, my Golden Knights look pretty good.
They did
and I
look
said,
good last
if you say
night.
so, because I don't even know where they stand in whatever series they're in. But
one zippy on Montreal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just looked it up. They pummeled Montreal 4-1, so they're up 1-0 in that finals, that conference final. Mm-hmm. And then I looked in the other one, of course, it's Trotzy.
I know. The Islanders up 1-0.
And it just gets me salty because Trotzy might go back to the Cup Finals, and the Golden Knights might go back to the Cup Finals.
I know.
And TJ Oshie and Kuz and all the boys are just playing golf every day.
Yep. They're just chilling.
Yeah, it just gets me bitter.
Surprised we didn't see him yesterday at the charity foursomes.
You know, I'm going to be in Vegas in like 2 weeks. You know that? For like a week, Jason.
Where are you staying?
We're staying at what they now call, what is it?
Park MGM.
Park MGM, which actually used to be the Monte Carlo.
That's correct. It's been rebranded.
Oh, I guarantee I bet it's been refurbished, too.
They
They
took the world's biggest bucket filled with money and poured it into it to redo it.
Yeah. I don't
It'll be nice.
I'm sure it's fine. You know, everything there is decent. It's not
will you
like
play
the
some
Excalibur.
poker? Will you play poker or blackjack, or what will you do? You know, you won't play blackjack. You're not a blackjack player.
I don't like to play blackjack unless I'm just like with a bunch of guys.
Will
and
you
just
place
killing
wagers
time.
at the sports book?
I mean, I could do that online. I mean, I don't. You know what I mean? Things have changed. But I do wonder: should I go? I can't just play poker for an hour. If I go, I'm going to want to play for like 6 hours.
Yeah, you need to settle in.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
I assume you're going out there for
going with my wife and with my daughter for nationals.
Right. So I assume there are other parents, fathers that will gamble.
Yeah,
that's of your teammates.
Yeah, I don't know. This group of parents, I don't know that well.
Okay.
Because of COVID and everything, and this, she's 12. I just haven't gotten to know this group of parents.
Yeah, but there might be a couple like throw it around a little bit.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah, I might.
Valdez, can you cue up the Squeakers Court music? Because we need to get to this from Jason.
Oh, okay.
So Squeakers Court from Jason.
In session.
So this
June
is what?
15th, 2021.
This is the People's Court music is what we use?
Squeakers Court music.
Okay.
Yeah, they stole it from us.
Right. All right, so what happened?
So yesterday was, you guys were teeing it up at the Purple Heart. Mm-hmm. It was very warm, but I wanted to go out and hit balls.
Okay.
So, and I've told you I've done this before.
You did your bit.
So instead of going to the driving range that's closer to my house at the Muni, which is at Brambleton.
Why do you not do that? Because you feel like it's nubby, or you're just trying to save $10?
Well, I mean, you got to pay. Yeah, it's $10 or $12, whatever, for a big bucket.
Yeah.
And it's not as nice as a private course, obviously. So I drive 7 miles to River Creek. And I go and I text my man over there and say, hey, do you mind if I come hit balls? He says, no problem. So I went over there. So I avoided paying the $10 to $12 on the bucket.
You're such a squeaker.
Yeah. But that's not what I want to talk about.
Okay.
All right.
So my
glove,
glove,
the tip of the iceberg.
My glove was old and it was ripping, so I needed a new glove. So I drove, after I hit balls, I drove up to the clubhouse, and I went in, and I told the girl I need a new glove. Can I buy a glove if I'm not a member? She said, sure.
Yeah.
So I went over to the glove section.
Yeah.
And I saw that, I like the FootJoy gloves. But it was $26.
Ooh.
So I slapped down my debit card.
Yeah.
And I paid for it.
Right.
And then I realized.
Begrudgingly.
Oh, $26 for a glove. Such an upcharge. Such a private club upcharge.
I think Drab got his glove at Harris Teeter for like $4.
You got your glove at Harris
I
Teeter?
was sized.
How?
At the checkout where the Reese's candy is and all that, and Snickers.
They have golf gloves?
I looked down at it. They had this brand called Zero Friction, and they had golf gloves and tees and balls. I scooped it all up, 50% off.
Green balls, no dimples.
Yeah. Harris English Teeter.
Good golf thing.
The balls were silly, and they flew off the tee. Yeah, I think they were illegal.
Yeah, but illegal.
Oh, is that what it was?
Kind of like my driver head.
Yeah. By the way, I know Jason.
They flew into the woods.
I know Jason wants to finish his squeakers story, but it reminded me that Cakes has the biggest golf glove in the world.
He does.
For his tiny, delicate
first
hands.
of all,
Triple XL.
First of all, this is an average sized male hand.
Right.
And I wear a large
So
to
Trump
XL
said too.
glove. What do you want from
You
me?
wear
I
a
mean, he
large
wears
XL?
he wears an Andre the Giant type glove.
Those
You know
are.
what? I'll bring in the glove tomorrow. I'll do a fitting on air to prove to everybody.
Yeah, do an O.J. Simpson fitting.
I'll put it on right
I mean,
here.
you have to see it. It is so droopy on his hand.
Well, I believe it. I've seen his pants.
What are we talking about
Oh,
here?
yeah.
I mean,
His pants were...
Jason, the glove's supposed to be
ginormous.
nice and tight and form-fitting and everything. And then, I mean, this is...
Big-ass pants, big-ass...
You know what it looks like? It looks
length
like...
over the knees.
Cakes looks like he's going to a ball in England, and he has like those really long gloves that you wear to your elbow.
You know what? I'm going to bring the glove in.
Cinderella's glove was smaller.
Yeah, he has Cinderella's glove on his hand.
Slander. There's so much slander
while he's hitting
today.
a worm burner.
How big were his shorts?
Oh, well, they came down mid-calf.
We joned. And I think they're new. They look brand new.
You said I was Chris Webber from the Fab Five, basically.
That's so funny. Anyway, so Bickle, what I did was, I
you bought
down
the glove
debit.
for
I bought
$26.
Right, and she gave me the receipt. And I turned around, and there was a big basket full of tailor-made gloves, and it said $9. And I asked myself, how did I miss this?
Right. So you said, no, I want to return this one and get this one?
No. I didn't do it. I was too embarrassed to do it right away. I'm going back today to hit balls again. And I'm going to return the FootJoy glove and buy the TaylorMade glove.
You already used the FootJoy glove?
I haven't used it yet.
Oh, it's
I bought it on the way out.
I can't wait to bring my perfectly fitting glove in tomorrow to show everybody.
I know what Jason's doing.
What?
He's talking about this so Scott hears it and has a big old box of gloves waiting for him when he walks in.
Yeah. You're probably right.
Is that what you're doing?
No.
You got red. You're getting a little bit. Your face is getting a little red.
I'm going to go and just save $17 on a glove. I think it's highway robbery to charge $26 for a FootJoy. I'm going to go back and buy the TaylorMade for $9.
Yeah, you should have. I mean, you did botch it.
I botched it.
Yeah.
I should have looked around. I should have asked her, are there cheaper gloves?
I always buy the cheapest glove because it's just a golf glove. Who cares?
Can't get cheaper than drabs.
So let me ask you this. Would you do that? Would you return the $26 glove and get the $9 glove?
No, I would just eat it because I'm too lazy. Because I don't care about $15 at the end of the day.
It's $17.
Because you're going to be dead. And what are you going to be? Die at zero? I mean, you're going to have extra money.
He's such a hypocrite because how many times has he complained about money in the last few shows? He's talking about his kids and their
my
Amazon
kids just spend
charges.
a lot of money, and money is an important thing. But I'm not gonna just go chase $10.
It all adds up.
Or $15.
It does add up. You're correct.
Yeah,
all right, when we come back, we'll be joined by John Kuhn, former Packers fullback. We'll get the latest on the Aaron Rodgers saga with him next here on The Fan.
Thinking of buying a house and want a really low interest rate? Owning has a special for home purchases where Owning pays all your closing costs and the rate in APR is an unheard of 1.875% for a 15-year fixed mortgage with 20% down. This is the craziest low rate for a mortgage with no closing costs that Owning has ever done. 1.875% rate in APR. Heck, we're almost paying you to live in a new house. Call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com to see if you qualify for this crazy low 1.875% rate. That's a fixed rate loan at 1.875% with no closing costs. Call 833-2-OWNING now because 1.875 could go away at any time.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. Subject to credit approval. Offer assumes the use of lender's choice escrow and title services. Call 833-858-0066 for terms and conditions.
That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
This spotlight on Bay Area Black leaders is brought to you by the Black Experience on Xfinity.
Hello, my name is Robert L. Harris. In 1979, 7 years out of law school, I was installed as the first lawyer from California and the West Coast to become president of the National Bar Association. The NBA is the nation's oldest and largest association of black lawyers and judges. Later, I became the Grand Polemarch, national president of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, and thereafter I was elected the Grand Sire Archon, national president of Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, the Boule. I am the only person ever elected to lead these three national organizations.
Brought to you by Black Experience on Xfinity. Black stories celebrating black culture.